What is up, everybody? I'm Doc. I'm with my man JJ, and we got Sunday night football tonight, Eagles and Rams. On Thursday, we didn't do so hot, but we were getting all our bad luck out of the way in one game so we could save it all for a nice parlay cash on this one. We're going to break the game down and give you guys the parlay at the end, so make sure you watch all the way
Let's
through.
get it.
Welcome in, everybody. Rams, Eagles. Me and JJ were talking about like the schedule looking forward on Thursday, and we were excited for this one. So, JJ, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling great. I feel like this is going to be like just pure football. This is going to be a great game to watch. And I think betting wise, it's going to be just as good.
Oh, 100%. And just to break some things down real quick, Nakua and Cup should both be playing this year, which we haven't been able to say for too many of the games this year. And Devontae Smith is actually going to be out for the Eagles. So while one wide receiver room is getting healthier, the other one didn't get as healthy this week. And then Sean McVay is going to be doing his thing with all his weapons available to him. And then who knows what we're going to be getting with Sirianni. It's like spinning a wheel every week. So we'll start off with the Rams side. JJ, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, with the Rams side, I think offensively, it's probably going to be through the air. That Eagles run defense has been really good as of late, ever since that bye week. Whatever they did, they just got everything clicking. Maybe it was just a chemistry thing and, being on the same page, but whatever they did is working. They are still tough to throw against through the air as far as like the deep and middle of the field. Mitchell has been dominant. I'll have you talk a little bit about that in a second, but I mean, you're gonna have to move the ball somehow. But when you got Puka, Nakua, and Cooper Cup, like even though you're facing a great defense, you're still gonna be able to move the ball some, and it's gonna be through those two guys. But I know you've seen something that you want to target.
I mean, the main thing that I want to target in this game is just Kenyon Mitchell. While I do want to pump the brakes on the hype on him a little bit, people are comparing him to Revis Island, and that was a different level of
Yeah.
cornerback play, and it will be until proven otherwise. He's probably going to be on Puka since Puka is more on the outside, and I think that's going to free up Cooper Cup a lot. Like JJ saying, that defense is pretty fucking elite right now. But we're also talking about a Sean McVay calling an offense, and you can only keep him down for so long. If the Rams are able to string together a couple good drives, I think it's going to have to be through Cup. Kyron will be Kyron, but that run defense is elite. And with Puka getting that Kenyon Mitchell matchup, I think Cup is just, he has to have a good day if they want to be able to get in scoring position. So I think it's Cup day. Let's get to the Eagle side.
Yep.
All right. So the only thing I really have to share there is Devontae Smith is out, and everybody's going to turn their eyes to AJ Brown, rightfully so. One thing I do want to mention is everybody wanted to hype up Jahan Dotson when AJ Brown went down, and then he disappointed, and everybody was like, okay, he's Jahan Dotson's wash. That was never going to be Jahan Dotson's role, if we're being completely honest. When he was at his best, even in Washington, he was playing the slot role, a little bit of flanker. He was never the X receiver. So when AJ Brown went down, as long as Devontae Smith wasn't moving out to X receiver, which he didn't, Dotson was never going to get that big of a boost. But now that Devontae Smith is the one out, as long as Jahan Dotson keeps getting the snaps, that is where his addition could be affecting the game a little bit more. His lines are plus money at 1.5 receptions, 12.5 receiving yards. I think both of those do have value. And I think now is when we see, okay, what was the purpose of trading for him? This is kind of when it's supposed to show up, at least. But I mean, we're also, how do you just not throw to AJ Brown every time? The dude's always open. He's a physical freak. I mean,
And
that's
then
really
you,
all I have on that side of the ball.
yeah, when you look at the Rams defense, they just continuously give up the deep ball, and that's all AJ Brown. This Rams defense does get pressure on the quarterback, though. That's been like one of the major things with that we did not expect them to do. One of their rookie pieces has been great. I'm blanking on the name, but we just did not expect this Rams defense to get pressure like this without Aaron Donald. But here we are. And the guy that has been getting targeted, if you look at the weeks AJ Brown and Devontae Smith played, which is weeks 1 and then 6 and up until now, it's just been all AJ Brown. He had 11 targets compared to Devontae Smith's 2. So I mean, that says all you need to know.
You want to remind everyone of who had more targets than Devontae Smith?
Yeah, AJ Brown.
No, there was somebody else.
Oh, yeah. uh, the boy that we was just talking about, Jahan Dotson.
Yeah,
He had
if
2 more
Jahan Dotson was
targets.
out targeting him before Devontae Smith in these circumstances, what's he gonna do without Devontae Smith? Who knows? But
Yeah.
I'm big on the Jahan Dotson hype train today. If he can't get it done this week, I'm done with him. I'll reserve my right to keep hyping him up. But this is his last straw for me.
I mean, it's probably gonna be his last straw from everybody.
But as far as everybody else, Jalen Hurts, I believe, is playing through an injury. I can't remember which one, but it should limit his mobility. And when they bring pressure, when pressure gets to him, he actually doesn't check it down that much, and his scramble rate doesn't move that much. So combining those two things with the fact that he is a little bit injured, I wouldn't bet much on Saquon receiving or Jalen Hurts rushing. But that's really all. The rest of
Yeah,
the stuff I have for everybody.
Saquon rushing is just gonna be Saquon rushing.
Yeah.
They've been leaning on the run game a little bit more, and I think that continues, but they're gonna throw the deep ball out here too as well to expose that defense. So
I think with Saquon at this point, dude, I really do think it's just, hey, Saquon. So if you give him 20 touches, no matter who the defense is, he'll break off a big one or two.
yep.
And like it's just a matter of how is that big one a 25-yarder or a 45-yarder, and that's who fucking knows once it gets to that level. There's no
Yeah.
value in his lines anymore. With his lines in the 95 rushing yards, if you're betting on that, you're basically betting on somebody to have the efficiency of 1,700 rushing yards in a season. That's a lot. And so,
Yeah.
like, yeah, Saquon, but there's just no value in the line itself. But that's all we really have. Should we get to the parlay?
Let's get to the parlay.
All right, parlay time. And we're going for a little bit of a long shot. We've done some plus 2000s, and we've called those like lotto type plays. And we've done a lot of plus 300, plus 400 parlays that have been kind of our bread and butter. We've been doing well with them. But we feel pretty good about where the ball is going to be funneled and where the reads are for this game. So we went a little extra. We went plus 735 without the boost. FanDuel was offering a 25% SGP boost, so we got it up to plus 918. And the first leg we locked in was the LA Rams money line, and that one's a little bit of a system play against the spread. Home underdogs that are playing a team in primetime where the opponent won their previous game, along with some extra like side load details. They're 32-8 against the spread. With a 3-point spread, you can keep the points. Give me the money line, and let's enjoy this one. Next up, we got Matthew Stafford, 250 plus receiving yard or passing yards. Sorry, he's hit this in his last, I think, 11 or maybe even 12 games where both Puka and Cooper Kupp have played, and every one of those except for one, he actually went for 280. So considering how good the Eagles' defense is, we'll give it a little bit of a 30-yard discount, but 250 with how McVay loves to utilize the pass game when everybody's healthy is very low for him. And next up, Cooper Kupp over 6.5 receptions. Matthew Stafford's going to be passing the ball. He's got to pass to somebody. And with Puka Nacua getting the Keenan Mitchell matchup, I think Kupp's going to have to step up today. And 6.5 is a line that I think we can all agree is light work for Kupp if he actually gets utilized how we want him to. And the last side we're going with is AJ Brown, 80 plus receiving yards. No Devontae Smith. He gets a defense that's bad against a deep ball, which is where he just absolutely obliterates teams. And his hit rate on 80 plus when he's healthy for the full game is pretty generous. So all those together, we're looking at plus 918. FanDuel let me put 50 on it, so that's what I put on it. But obviously, don't put anything you're not willing to lose. This is a plus 918 parlay at the end of the day. Other than that, make sure you like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you found any of this helpful, make sure to follow us on Twitter if you haven't already. Our tags are in the comments. And good luck if you're tailing. Hopefully on Monday morning, we're talking about a cash, and we'll be giving you guys another Monday Night Football parlay video. Good luck, everybody.